Jai Hind everyone. Today we will discuss about the first vertebrates class, that is Cyclostomata. So far we have discussed about the protochordates. There is no transformation of fundamental chordate characters. But here we will see the transformation of fundamental chordate characters. That is the first point. Second, that we will discuss how the different systems are evolving, because they are still very primitive chordates. So what we will discuss in this is habit and habitat, the external features, what are the external features, and then we will discuss about the anatomical characters, and then the different system which are evolving, such as circulatory system, excretory system, and the brain and auditory organs, and the fertilization. This animal is unique because they are also called as agnathans. When we have discussed about the vertebrate and their subdivisions, we talked about the agnathans. Agnathans means the vertebrates without jaw. There is no jaw like us. Okay, so the animals do not have jaw. So let us discuss one by one. First we will discuss about the habit and habitat. So in previous subphylum Cephalochordata we have discussed they are exclusively marine animal. So they are also marine, but some are freshwater also. Okay, and then there is habit. Habit, what kind of habit they show? The habit depends on the type of food or the way they take their food. Usually they stuck or cling with certain big fishes, since they have teeth in their circular mouth and their tongue is raptorial tongue. So it scratch the small piece of the skin. That's why there is bleeding and the small tissue particles that come out of that, and that will be taken up by the animal. So this kind of behavior is some kind, we can call it parasitic behavior also. So it is because of their mouth, that is circular mouth. And let us discuss about the external feature. What are the external features? So first, if we see from the anterior side, we have two examples. One is Petromyzon, another is Myxine. Myxine is also called hagfish. Myxines are also called hagfishes, and Petromyzons are called lamprey. So we are studying the two animals, are two separate orders of the class, that is Petromyzontia and Myxinoidea, that we will discuss later. But here if you see the mouth is circular, okay, and it is placed ventrally. और ये किस साइड में है भाई? वेंट्रल साइड में. माउथ इज सर्कुलर एंड इट इज प्लेस्ड वेंट्रली. ओके, सो if mouth is circular, there is no jaw. That's why they are named as cyclostomes. Cyclostomium means mouth, cyclo means circular mouth. Circular mouth is there. That's why the name Cyclostomata. Then now come to the skin. If you look at the skin, it is loaded with single unicellular mucus glands. There are several mucus glands, single celled mucus glands are there, and that's why the animal slippery animals appear like a slippery animal, because there is a lot of mucus secretion on the body. Okay, but you won't find any scale on this animal. If you touch the skin, you won't find any scale. It is similar to the cephalochordates, that is branchiostoma. There is no scale in the skin. And further, if you see the fins, there are fins, but fins are feebly developed. Fins are feebly developed. Very little development of fin, but the fins are there. Fins are there, and they are supported by cartilaginous fin rays. Cartilaginous fin rays, that shows the ancestry, that it is going to evolve, or it would have evolved the cartilaginous fishes, because in their fin there is fin rays are cartilaginous. Okay, endoskeleton is also cartilaginous. That also shows the similarity between the cartilaginous fishes and the cyclostomes. Now, you cannot see any lateral appendages. So, if you cannot see any lateral appendages, that's why body is, it is like a snake, or it is also called eel-like. What is eel? Eel is a bony fish, but lateral appendages are very much little, are feebly developed. That's why they are called as eel-like animal. They are called as eel-like animal. Then, if you see the anatomy of that, you will find there are muscles, and they are separated by mycomatas, like the cephalochordates branchiostoma. Now come to the anatomical characteristics. So what are the fundamental characters? Chordate characters, yes please. Yes, dorsal tubular nerve cord, solid notochord, and pharyngeal gill slits. So let us see what transformation is going to happen. क्या ऐसे ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है जो इस एनिमल में होंगे? सो देखिए, नर्व कॉर्ड है. नर्व कॉर्ड का हमने बताया था आपको, नर्व कॉर्ड ट्रांसफॉर्म टू गिव राइज टू ब्रेन. सो हियर वी हैव ब्रेन एंड स्पाइनल कार्ड. ब्रेन एंड स्पाइनल कार्ड, एंड देयर आर 8 to 10 pair of cranial nerves. Cranium, it is emerging from the brain. Cranial nerves are emerging from the brain, and there are 8 to 10 pair of cranial nerve. Again, why 2 are missing? We will see in the other classes when we will discuss. So there are brain and spinal cord, and there are 10 pair of cranial nerve. But in comparison to cephalochordates, where there was no brain, no spinal cord, here we have brain and spinal cord, as well as the cranial nerves are also there. Then come to the notochord. Notochord is the most fundamental characteristics of chordate, and it persists in this animal. इस एनिमल में क्या होता है? persist करता है, पाया जाता है throughout life. But on dorsal side, there is development of neural arc-like structure. The nerve cord, that is hollow, and below that there is notochord. And this notochord develops some projections, like this projection that is coming out of the notochord. So it forms imperfect vertebrae. So if you take here, this is notochord and this is nerve cord. Suppose this is notochord and this is nerve cord. So there are some projections coming around the nerve cord. This is nerve cord and this is notochord. So this is somewhat imperfect vertebrae. Imperfect vertebrae. So there is no complete transformation, but it shows that it is going to transform further. So there are imperfect vertebrae because neural arc is not complete. It is not completely covering the nerve cord. That's why there is imperfect vertebrae. Okay, so notochord persists throughout life. Now come to gills. So there are 5 to 16 pair of gill. So here gill slits are transformed into gills and supported by gill arches. So so there are 5 to 16, but one very important thing that you must remember, that if suppose this is the pharynx, in cephalochordates we have discussed there are gill slits like this, but in case of cyclostomes, what happens that gills are not directly coming out of the body, rather there are pouches. There are pouches through which gills are coming out. So here are gill pouches through which gills are opening through pharynx. Okay, so pharyngeal gill slits are not there, rather there are pouch. That's why they are also called as marsipobranchi. Marsupium, you know, marsupium we will discuss. You may recall the hippocampus, a bony fish, where there is marsupium. The young ones, they carry their young ones in marsupium. Okay, so so there are pouch like structures. So with the similarity with the pouch, here we call them marsipobranchi. But remember, the gills are not directly opening out of the body, rather they are opening in pouch. That's why their name is marsipobranchi. Okay, now come to the circulatory system. What is circulatory system? So far we have discussed cephalochordates. So in cephalochordates there was closed type of circulatory system, but here we have closed type of circulatory system with heart. There was no heart in cephalochordates, but here there is heart, and that heart has one auricle and one ventricle. That means heart is two chambered. Okay, one auricle and one ventricle. And further there are several aortic arches. Aortic arches are very good anatomical characters that can be taken as evolutionary evidence in chordate evolution. So that we will discuss later also. In cephalochordates, in branchiostoma, there was no hemoglobin in blood. There was no erythrocyte. But here we have circular erythrocyte with hemoglobin. So we have here erythrocyte, means we need, because animal is very long and that is beyond the diffusion limit. So we need some system which can carry oxygen and deliver oxygen to different tissue and hemoglobin is champion in that. It can take oxygen, it can deliver oxygen, that we will discuss in biochemistry also. And there are leukocytes in the blood. So there are two main cells that are there, that is the leukocytes and the erythrocytes with hemoglobin. Now come to excretory system. Excretion is through the nephrons in chordates, okay, but in previously in cephalochordates what we have discussed, that is nephridia, solenocytes, but here we have nephrons. So when we discuss about nephrons, nephrons are evolutionally three types: protonephric, mesonephric and metanephric. Metanephric is most evolved, mesonephric in between, and the protonephric primitive type. So here we have nephrons, and those nephrons are mesonephric type. That's why the kidney is mesonephric here. Kidney is mesonephric here. But if you see the system, there is urinogenital system. There is urinogenital system with papillae. Here there is semicircular canals that mainly participate in balancing. So in this cyclostomes, there is first evidence of semicircular canal, that is one or two semicircular canals only. Sex is separate. Sex is usually separate, and fertilization is external. Fertilization is external. But one important thing, that is Ammocetus larva. So development is indirect through Ammocetus larva. And one more very unique behavior they show. These lampreys, they usually migrate from marine water to estuaries, means fresh water, for breeding, and there they die. The male and female, after breeding, after fertilization they die there. Only their young ones are there, and they again migrate to the marine water. And if the migration is from marine water to fresh water, this is called anadromous migration. If the fish or animal is migrating from the fresh water to marine water, then it is called catadromous fish. Okay, so these animals are catadromous or anadromous? How many of you say? Okay, anadromous. So let us summarize the important aspect in cyclostome. So mouth is circular and ventral. Mouth is circular and ventral. Mouth is always circular and suctorial type, and it is circular. That's why the name cyclostomes. Now come to the skin. Skin is having without scales. Remember, there is no scale, but there are unicellular glands are there. Fins are supported by cartilaginous fin rays, and there is no lateral appendages. These are the external feature. Now come to anatomical feature. Say nerve cord is transformed into brain and spinal cord, means central nervous system, and they give rise to 8 to 10 pair of cranial nerves. Then notochord persists, but on dorsal side they show horn-like structure that is going to form what? That is going to form neural arc around the nerve cord, but it is not complete. That's why they are called imperfect vertebrae. Imperfect vertebrae. Means notochord, if somebody asks you whether notochord persists in this animal or not, yes, that persists. But there is little transformation on dorsal side that give rise to neural arc, and that is not complete, that is giving an appearance of imperfect vertebrae. Now come to the gills. There are 5 to 16 pairs, and one very important thing that you must remember, gills are in pockets. Gills are in pockets. Gills are not directly opening out. That's why the name Marsipobranchi is there. Then come to the circulatory system. Yes, there is heart, and heart is two chambered, one auricle and one ventricle. And one very important thing, that they have erythrocytes. The first vertebrates which has erythrocytes with hemoglobin. Okay, and there are leukocytes. Then excretory system. Excretory system is, it has mesonephric type of kidney. Mesonephric type of kidney. Now olfactory sacs are developed, and there are single nostril opening is there. And in auditory system, the semicircular canals that are balancing organenas, okay, they are 1 or 2. The fertilization is external. Fertilization is external through Ammocoetus larva. If you ask me the structure of Ammocoetus larva, just I'll draw the Amphioxus and I'll show all the fundamental characters, that is dorsal tubular nerve cord, solid notochord, and the pharyngeal gill slits. But one important thing, that mouth remain ventral. Mouth वहाँ पे भी ventral था, यहाँ पे भी ventral है, वहाँ पे भी there was no jaw, and here there is no jaw. I hope you understand the fundamental characteristics of cyclostomes, and we will further discuss their subdivisions, that is Petromyzontia and Myxine. It is often asked in the examination that what is difference between the Myxine and the Petromyzon. So thank you everyone for watching us.